Hello! Thank you very much for tuning into this week's Pick-a-Read. For the main tarot part, I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards are going to be Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. This one is, how do they feel? So I feel like this should be kind of universal in the sense of like, how does this person feel about me, or how do they feel about the situation? Just go with your intuition on whatever you choose and run from there. I'm going to do 6 piles this time, which I usually don't do that many. And it's all about how the other person feels. And we're just going to go from there. There might be more you need to know. If you get through this and you still have questions, I have other pick-a-reads on the channel, or go to your sign or maybe the person's sign. You might get some more insight that way. But for right now, and I've decided for this time around, we're not going to add in the meanings of the rocks. Just whatever pulls you, whatever rock, it's all about what's pulling you. That's the whole point of it. So we're not going to pull on the meaning of it this time. Just because it's about how do they feel, that's what you want to know. So here's your 6 choices. So whether it be about love, or maybe it's a person, maybe you're having a disagreement with somebody, or you're feeling a little left on the outside, maybe you haven't talked to this person in a while and you just want to know how they feel. Whatever's popping in your mind, and then whatever stone it seems to be really drawing you near, go with that one. Alright, so we're going to do, I think we're going to do clear quartz first, amethyst second. I believe this is rose quartz, yep, rose quartz third. Rainbow titanium quartz, then the green calcite, then the rainbow hematite. And again, we're not going to pull in the meanings of the stones this time. We're just going to make it purely about what's drawing you there and how do they feel. All right, so for the first one, clear quartz. Clear quartz. For those who chose clear quartz, how do they feel? There's only 2 cards here. They did both come upside down. Alright, so just to be fair, and we're not going to use the stone. I'm kind of drawn to the stone, but I'm like, no, we're not using the stones this time for the meaning. Queen of Pentacles reversed and Surrender reversed. It's kind of like someone is not, they don't feel good about the situation. Whether it be you or the situation, they're not feeling good about it. However they felt before, this is like an old energy continuing on. Not willing to give up, not willing to give in. I feel like you may have even, or even the situation may have gotten better, you may have improved or shown improvement. They're just not seeing it, they don't want to see it. They just have no interest. It's almost kind of like, for everything good, there's something bad. Almost like anything good coming from this is just for show, it's just temporary, you can't depend on it. I feel like this person has been let down in the past by other people the same way, or other situations the same way, and they're just kind of like, I've seen this, I know how this is, I'm not willing to bend, I'm not willing to consider that there could be other ways around this. The surrender reversed is literally, it's kind of like they feel like they need to stand their ground. Like if they start giving in now and try to look at this a different way, it's going to bite them in the butt down the road. So they really feel like this is something they have to do. They can't give in. It really feels like that's how they are viewing it. Like, to give in would be a mistake. It's kind of like to give in wouldn't show weakness, but it would show like unreliability. It's kind of like, I need more. They need more to see. They need to see more before they're going to change their opinion. I do feel like this person has a lot of love for the person or situation involved. So it's you. If you're asking how do they feel about you, they do have a lot of love there, I'm seeing. But it's going to take a lot more for them to change their opinion of the situation. They're not willing to give in. They need to see a lot more improvement. They need to see a lot more. It's going to take at least a good year is what I'm getting. So if you're asking about how somebody feels about you and wondering if it's making any difference, how you're dealing with things right now, they just haven't seen enough. It's going to take a good year of the same behavior before they start to budge. It's going to take a lot. That was very easy for that one. Well, I'm not surprised. All of these will probably be fairly quick, I have a feeling. Especially since I elected not to do the messages. I want to make this as simple and easy for people watching as possible. Alright, so let's do the amethyst. What do we have for people who chose the amethyst? How do they feel? about you or the situation, whatever you chose. All right, we're not going to add in the rock meaning this time. All right, so that's fine. So they're not happy. Oh my gosh, this is another one that seems a little bit rough. They're not happy. They're not willing to back off from that. They don't see that. They don't believe this is going to go anywhere. That's harsh. This one is real harsh to me. When I'm feeling this energy, if there's evidence to the contrary, they're flat out ignoring it. Flat out ignoring it. They're just not. It's very similar to the first one, except for this one is different. Like for the people who chose the first one, it was similar to this, but the difference here is that they're not going to. This is somebody who's just completely checked out. You can't really. There's nothing you can do to win this person over, is what I'm getting. The way they feel is the way they feel. There's no pleasure in this. They don't like this. They're not happy. Something is wrong. This isn't right. It's never going to be right. And there's nothing. It's kind of like they're in the standpoint. There's nothing that can be done to make them feel like this is going to go any better. The other one, it was different for that. But I'm trying to find another way here. But I feel like someone's like really kind of like they're really bolstering it up. Like, no, this is how it is. And this is how it is. And they will keep pushing things forward to prove that the way they're viewing it is the way it is. Like, I actually feel like a very defiant energy. Like, if anybody or you try to prove differently, they're very strong, pushing back. Like, no, it is absolutely not that, and this is why, and I am right. This is not good now. I do not like it, and there will be nothing that will turn this around. This will always be the way it is. There's a very like stubborn attitude that no move. Like I don't think even time is going to change this. I feel like as time goes forward, they're going to just continually reinforce and reinforce no matter what happens. So how do they feel? They feel like they don't like it. They feel like there's no way to turn it around, and they're not willing to see any other way. They keep reinforcing that they're right. So this seems like this is coming to like a dead end on this one. This person just does not. They're not going to work with it. They're just not. They're not going to work with this situation. Done, done, done. That's it. All right, so that's what we have for that one. This one, I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be a long one, but wow. This one might be shockingly quick. All right, let's go on to the next one. I mean, these are right to the point answers, so maybe that's good. This is the rose quartz. So how do they feel about me or the situation? Aha! I like this one. The first two were quite rough. This one I like a lot, and I'm noticing it came through with the rose quartz, and I'm going to stick with my thing. I'm not going to pull in the meaning to that, but this one feels a lot better here. The person, they feel like there's a lot of possibilities. They feel like there's a lot of hope, is actually what I'm also getting with the Seven of Cups, oddly enough. I'm getting that rainbow feel here, and I don't know what's in that cup next to it. You know, I'm looking at it closer, and I still don't know what's into it. I don't know what it is. Whatever that is. It feels good, though. Possibilities, things could get better. This person is looking forward to what comes next. They also got will here. So, especially since it's up a little, I'm feeling like it's not only how they feel about it, but if you're asking how they feel about you, they feel like you have best of intentions. And they believe that you're going to make things go a very good way. They believe in you. If it's a situation, same type of feeling, though. They believe that the situation is on the up and up and that there's a lot of positive energy surrounding it. They're very hopeful. They're very excited to see where it's going to go next. They might be hiding this a little bit. They might be holding you back, not really showing you how they feel as much. But I'm getting they're very hopeful, thinking this is going to go well. Everybody involved, including them, has best of intentions, and this should go better and better as time goes on. So this is a very hopeful one. So the person you're asking about, they're looking forward to what's coming next. They're thinking this could be great. This could be a wonderful thing. Especially with this one, I'm feeling like you might have more questions after this. Like, okay, I know how they feel. Now what? You might want to either go to their sign or your sign, look at some other readings there, or maybe go to one of the picker reads. I have a few on here and go from there for the next one. But this is telling you this is how they're looking at it. A lot of optimism, a lot of like both people, you and them, or the situation in them, whatever, are looking forward to better things and things should go better. They're very optimistic. It's a very good thing. The only thing that would be better than this would be the literal star card is what I'm getting. And I think that's where we are with this one. All right. Another one, really quick. Again, not shocked. But this is kind of why I did 6 of them, because I was pretty sure these weren't going to take too long. But all right, so now for those who chose the Rainbow Titanium Quartz. All right, let's see what we got here. King of Swords and the Wisdom. This could be a good one too. One moment. I gotta turn that down. So these are right side up. I like how this feels. Now, what I'm feeling with this, and I'm not going to bring the rock meaning in, like I said in the beginning. I'm like, we're going to make sure we don't pull those in. We're just going to keep it about the cards. The King of Swords is very smart and knows when to say stuff, but knows what's going on. It's typically not an intuitive card. It's more about what's in front of me, what can I see, what can I hold, what can I touch, usually. But there can be a little bit of intuitiveness there. I'm not saying it can't be. It's usually about what can I hold, see, touch, feel, taste, smell, all the other good stuff. Because when the King of Swords brings in his wisdom, he's pulling in what he knows, what he's experienced, what he's seen, what he's watched others go through, things like that. And don't get caught up in the gender, of course, especially with gender reads, or with general reads, excuse me. But what I'm getting here, especially with the King of Swords in this, is like somebody using their thoughts, like really wanting to see the best, but also kind of like, I want to see the best of this situation, but is that realistic? Is that rational? Very rational thinking person right now. They're looking at the facts. Where has this situation been? Where is it currently now? What are the chances of it going well in the future? And if it doesn't look like it's going to go well in the future, what can they do to secure a future that will go well? That's wisdom. So I feel like this person, whoever you're asking about, whether it be how do they feel about you or how do they feel about a situation, they're looking at it very closely, very critically, I would say too, just to be fair. And they're devising how to go forward based on what they know and what they can do to ensure success. The king doesn't get involved in things to fail. The king goes forward in things either knowing they will succeed or with the idea of like, well, if it goes bad, I can do something to change that. I will find a way to succeed. The king won't go forward into something just to fail. That's just not going to happen. There will be a version of success and the viewpoint of like one way or another, I will make this work out. It's that type of attitude. Like one way or another, I will make this work out. So as you deal with this person, realize this person is driven towards success, and if you or the situation seems to buck against that, what this person believes is necessary to make a success, you will have problems, very, very big problems with this person. If you stand in their way and they believe what you are doing or the situation is doing could damage the possibility of success, only then will they get really animate about moving you out of their way or fighting you or getting you doing whatever they need to do to change the situation. If you go along with what they want or you go along with what they believe, it should be fairly smooth sailing. Depends on how they're viewing the situation. So just be aware of that. This person is success driven, expecting success to happen. They have their thoughts, they're looking at the past, present, and they're seeing where the future, where they want it to go, and they're driving it that way as hard as they can. And they're using their wisdom to make that happen. So I feel like where this is trying to get to is like, you want to be on the King of Swords side. Whoever this person is, don't get caught up in the gender. You want to be on their side. If you're not on their side, they are going to be the biggest pain in the butt. And they will step in front of you every chance they get to move things the way they want to, because they demand success. Again, this might be another one where if you still have questions after this, like what's going to happen next, you might want to go into one of the picker reads on my channel or look at one of the signs, one of the readings for your sign or for this person's sign to decide, what you think might come next. If you're going to do a sign thing, especially for this one, say for example, if this person is a Scorpio, I would just like just pull up all the Scorpio reads and just whatever one catches your eye, kind of like you did the picker read. Whatever one catches your eye, go with that. You'll probably get a good answer from it about what you can expect next. Just a heads up on that. All right, I think we're done with this one. I think that one was a positive one. I guess it depends on who you're dealing with. All right, the next one. Green calcite. So if you were drawn towards this stone, this is what they feel. And 3. All right, ooh, you got 2 cards here, very much. There's a lot of action coming on here. And I know I've said this with the other ones, I'll say it with this one too. I'm not going to pull in the meaning of the stone only because we're going to keep it about the cards this time. Okay, so, although I think we're going to come through with the same type of meaning anyway, but that's okay. Action, determination, I do feel a focus feel, and that's kind of what this stone is about. I know I'm not supposed to do that, like I said I wouldn't, but I am feeling a focus thing here. Ace of Wands, pulling through, moving through a lot of action, literally the action card here. But then you see the Knight of Pentacles reversed. I'm getting a situation that is really not that enjoyable for this person, and I don't feel like they like it. Very driven. With the Ace of Wands, it does feel more success-driven. They may not like the situation, but they feel like they have to do what's necessary to get the desired outcome. I think a good analogy would kind of be like, for a lot of people, not everybody, but like working out, like you want to have the certain type of body, and working out helps you get that. So it's kind of like the Knight of Pentacles would kind of explain this same type of thing, like putting in the effort, making it happen, really not like doing it, but continuing on with that effort to get that desired goal of a certain type of physique. Like somebody who hates crunches or lunges or running or whatever they're doing. Maybe they hate working out, just whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is, they hate it. That would explain the same type of thing. Putting in a lot of effort, hating every moment of it, getting the outcome they want, but continuing that action even after to secure that outcome, to secure it, to make sure it stays a good situation. So this person you're dealing with, whether it be you're wondering how they feel about you or a situation, I know this is harsh, they don't like the situation, or I know this is rotten, maybe they don't like you. I know that's horrible and I'm sorry, but that's how it's coming through. But they're willing to do what's necessary to make everything work out. They're actively participating, actively putting best foot forward. They may even be very nice to your face, but that's pretty much as far as that goes. And they will continue to be the same going forward is what I'm getting. They have every intention of keeping up this ruse because they like the situation. They like how the things are playing out. They like how the outcome is happening. So they're working to keep it there. I know that might be very harsh for some people that chose this, but they're telling me it's very pertinent, that you should know exactly what's happening and why. I mean, you might have a good outcome, good things going on, but at least you know where you really stand with them. I have a feeling for those of you who this is hitting for, who chose this, I feel like you kind of already thought that anyway. So this might just be more confirmation of something you pretty much already knew. All right, I think we're good with that. Of course, if you'd like to look at a reading on this channel for that person, if you know their sign, or if you just want to randomly go through and find something that sticks out to you, maybe you watch that. You might actually find out some more insight to this situation. Up to you, of course. All right, let's do the last one. The last and final one we have, Rainbow Hematite. All right, now we're not going to pull in the needings of the stones. Okay, I'm so drawn to do it. I'm so used to doing it. Oh, if we're going to have one upside down, that's a pretty good one. Okay, that's... the first thing I'm coming is like treacheries in the past, betrayals in the past. It's almost like a lingering feel here. It's pretty bad. It actually feels quite almost like, you know, very painful memories. Painful memories is what I'm really feeling here. This person, whoever you're asking about, either whether you're asking how they feel about you or a situation, a lot of painful memories. A lot of painful memories, a lot of distrust from the past. And I feel like they're trying to work through that. They want to believe that that's not going to happen again. Now, if you asked how they feel about you, there's a similarity here. I don't feel like they distrust you personally. And likewise, if it's a situation, you're asking how they feel about a situation. It's not about the situation specifically that they distrust, but there's something similar. There's a similar connection they have in their past, or they've been betrayed, and there's a really painful feel here. It's almost like they've gone through almost like a divorce or something like that, and somebody has hurt them, and that fear and pain and betrayal of the past is still weighing on them, weighing on them. He, she, they, whatever they may be. It's holding them back, and it's causing them a lot of choked up feelings. I feel like somebody here wants to move forward, but the person you're connected to here, you're asking how they feel, and it's kind of like, I felt good about these type of situations before, and they've backfired on me. I hope this makes sense. It's almost like, for example, if you're dating somebody and maybe you want to marry them, and they seem to be very reluctant, or they're moving forward very slowly. It's probably not their first marriage, or something along those lines where they've been engaged to somebody before, or something like that before. Or maybe they've proposed to somebody before. Just this is an analogy, of course. It doesn't have to exactly be that way. And it's blown up. It's blown up in their face one way or another. They felt really good about it. They thought everything was going well. And then, boom, it just backfired, and just really painful memories. I don't feel like it's... Like, if you're asking how they feel about you or a situation, they don't feel this way directly about you, but they have similar memories where they've been very optimistic, and it's just got them right in the butt. Really hard. Really painfully, to the point where, they were in a stretcher for a couple months. Like, that type of pain. They really got them good. When you see trust in the center, though, they want to believe that this pain from the past is not going to come back again. They want to, and they're resisting it. Going forward, they're trying to resist that fear of the past. They are having a hard time with it, though. I mean, it's on the up and up very slightly here, I'll notice. They want to believe the best. They really, really do, but I don't feel like it's the easiest thing for them. They're trying. It's just not... It's not the easiest thing. This is another one I really feel like you might want to go into my pick-a-reads, maybe find a pick-a-read to see how this is going to go. If you know the sign of this person, especially if you know the sign of this person, for example, if it was Aries or something like that, pull up all the Aries I have in my channel, but then maybe whatever draws you first, don't go with the most recent one, just whatever one picks up on your eye the quickest, choose that one and just see if that one hits and go with it. Because I feel like this is somebody who's really trying. They want to believe the past is done. The past isn't going to happen again. They want to believe the past will not repeat. That's a past influence. It's over. But it's heavily weighing on them. And they are afraid of it a little bit. They're resisting it as much as possible. But if you see some weird actions, or they seem a little coy or a little bit resistant every now and then, that's why. They're trying to get past it, but they're having a hard time. It's you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know. You touch a fence when you're a kid and it turned out to be an electric fence. Now every fence that you see that looks sort of like that in the future, you're like, oh, I don't know if I really want to touch that because, it doesn't look like it's an electric fence, but you never know. I just never want to experience that pain again, so I don't really want to touch it. And even if people are telling you, no, that's not an electric fence, you can touch it, you're like, well, I don't really know if I want to. You still have that primal fear, oh, but I remember how much it hurt when I didn't think that other one was either. That type of feeling. And that's it. All right. I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope that helped. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.